Hello, family. These are strange times to be living in. This is definitely not the way that I planned to communicate with you this week. While we've taken steps and measures the last 2 weeks to avoid transmission of any kind of communicable diseases during our services, the risk at this point seems simply too high to continue meeting. I am, however, committed to doing my job as well and as long as I possibly can. Along those lines, I'm trying to follow the CDC's guidelines on all of this as best as I humanly can, so that I can continue to be a spiritual resource to you in this season of uncertainty. As a result of this, you probably noticed already that I've shaved my beard to comply with what are best practices. I think I look completely ridiculous without a beard, but there is absolutely no length that I wouldn't go to in order to best continue loving and serving you as well as I possibly can. We've talked a lot about this over the last few weeks, but I feel like it's worth saying again. We are not going to stop meeting on Sundays because we are scared of this virus, but because of the fact that we love our neighbor, and it seems like the best way to continue loving our neighbors in this situation in particular is to avoid gathering in large groups. Now, Jesus is king over COVID-19 and everything else in heaven and on earth. It is great comfort to remember that even when all seems lost, Jesus is still in control. Now, because of all of this, we will not be meeting for our regularly scheduled worship gathering on March 22nd, 2020. I have no idea what the future holds beyond that, but we will take it week by week and try to settle into what is a faithful rhythm of following Jesus in the midst of a global pandemic. Now, I would absolutely be lying if I said I have any idea what I'm doing in this particular situation. There, interestingly, are no classes in seminary on how to pastor people through a global pandemic. And no one who's alive has ever pastored someone through a similar situation. So that being said, we're going to try some things and see what happens, see what works and perhaps what doesn't work. The church has been scattered before, and it always seems to work out in our favor as a net positive in the end. So we hope that will be the case this time as well. So here's our proposed plan for at least the next couple of weeks. The first rhythm that we would like to emphasize is daily family prayer. Now, I know this is a discipline that many of us have wanted to institute in our families for a while, but simply haven't had or haven't felt like we've had the bandwidth to do so. Now we do have that. So let's emphasize this time each day, and let's share stories about what is working well and what isn't working so well. This will be particularly important for those of us with young children. To do this, we are going to utilize technology. We are fortunate to live in a time where we can do this. In this email, you'll find links for daily prayer liturgy for morning, midday, evening, and Compline, which is a bedtime prayer, as well as shortened family prayer versions of each as well. I'd like to suggest picking one and committing to it for at least the next 2 weeks, every single day. Will you do this? We'll also have some times available for you to log in and do each of these prayer times corporately together as well. We are prevented from gathering in person together, but we are not prevented from worshiping privately and corporately. This is a tremendous opportunity to establish rhythms that last far beyond this COVID-19 outbreak. So we'll also be meeting for live morning prayer on Facebook Live on Sunday morning at our regular time, which is 9:30 a.m. It is interactive, so we can greet one another in the chat forum and type in our prayers and prayer requests. Now, it's not ideal, but it is an opportunity to worship corporately and to hear prayer requests and to pray for one another. Our small groups are also suspended from meeting for this season as well. We have upgraded our Zoom account and have the ability to set up meetings and give access to group leaders in order for us all to stay connected. So stay tuned for updates from your group leader on a schedule and timing of the meetings. If you're not in a group but would like to be, just let me know, and I'll make sure that you get connected. Along these same lines of loving our neighbors as ourselves, there's also a form attached to this email that will allow you to select what you might be able to do in order to provide help for others as we begin to have folks who've been diagnosed who are quarantined. Take time to fill this out and to share it with anyone that you know who might be able to help. We'll do what we can to coordinate these responses, all the responses that are returned. So keep your heads up. God is in control. Let us continue to do what we've always done, just to seek to love God with every aspect of who we are and to love our neighbors as ourselves. God bless you all, and know that I'm praying for each of you, and I will talk to you all as soon as I possibly can. I love you all.